Good morning. Just making myself some bone broth. This is my new brekkie every morning that my new naturopath is telling me to do. Actually, Amanda, she spoke at the last Tess talks. She's amazing. Anyway, this is really hard to do with one hand. I am going to talk to you guys about my time at IIN. Okay, Dexter has settled now. Of course, he loves all the white things in the house. I also got super distracted this morning after I filmed that morning video. I went to get coffee and took Dexter for a walk, but here I am now. I was drinking my bone broth before. I am on a new program where I am having bone broth for breakfast. For what health things I'm trying to get over, I'm to have warmer foods. So I was having smoothies and that kind of thing, which is actually not ideal for my body type right now if you're looking into the Ayurvedic way of treating and healing the body, which is a topic that you cover in IIN. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today, which I'm really excited about because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while with you guys, and I just haven't really gotten around to it. I always touch my hair too much when I film things. That's what people tell me. So I'm gonna try to just leave it alone today. You know how everyone has those little like habits that they do when they're talking on camera? When I started doing presenting training, sorry, I'm totally going on a side note here. I did this thing, I had this habit where I'd hold my hands like this, like if I was presenting, but then one of my arms would flap like a chicken. It was so weird. That was like my one weird thing that I would always do. So anyway, I'm kind of on top of that now. So IIN, what is it? IIN is the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which is based out of New York. It is now an online only course, and it basically covers everything around health and well-being, as well as health coaching, because basically the outcome is a health coaching certificate where you can guide people in their health journey, help to be an accountability coach, and guide them through different practices throughout their life to try and assist with their health journey. So I decided that I wanted to study at the IIN. I'd actually heard about it a few years ago, but I'd never kind of wanted to or been able to kind of take that plunge. And being in lockdown last year in Melbourne, it was actually the perfect time. But I decided to do the 12-month course in 6 months, which is their accelerated program. It was totally manageable. Obviously being in lockdown helped a little bit, not having anywhere to go and having a heap of extra time, but it is manageable. I think they say that the 6-month course is probably around anywhere from 7 to 15 hours a week, depending on how much time you want to put into it. For the full-time course, I would say maybe you could do 7 hours a week or so. But the way IIN is structured is it covers a lot of topics around health and coaching, but you can then delve into the areas that you are most interested in your own time kind of thing. So it's kind of like a broad overlook on a lot of different things. So it's kind of all up to you to keep yourself structured and on time, but there are tests at like every few weeks that are mainly multiple choice. Then you also partake in our group coaching calls, which I found really, really interesting. You basically have a group that you work with the whole way through the course. And it was awesome because they paired me up with people who were in like Australia, also New Zealand, like that region. Whereas if you're from America or another country, because there are people like from all over the world that do this course, they kind of try and like pair you or at least connect you. I actually ended up making a few really nice contacts here in Melbourne who are doing it at the same time, and I still keep in touch from time to time with some of them. So there's 40 modules in IIN course. So here is an overview of what the course looks like. These are the introduction modules. So I'll quickly run you through the overall concept of IIN. Basically, IIN focuses on primary foods and secondary foods. Now, your primary foods aren't actually the nutrition that you're putting in your body. It's everything else in your life that contributes to your mental well-being. So your relationships, your love, your career, your joy, creativity, anything that is making you feel happy and wholesome and complete and excited by life. Because if one of those areas is really significantly out of balance, you're going to be stressed about that. And if you're living in stress, it doesn't matter how good your nutrition is, but your body is not going to be absorbing, digesting, processing those good nutrients the way that it would be if everything else was working harmoniously. So secondary foods is then the nutrition that you put into your body. But what I love most about IIN is it looks at the body as this whole holistic system and talks about how everything is interlinked. There was a really beautiful quote, I forget which lecturer said it at the start of the course, but it was basically like, are you looking at your body like it's a machine or like it's a garden? Because unfortunately, how we've kind of gone about looking at health over the past few decades is more so like a machine. If something goes wrong, we treat the symptom and we don't actually look at what the underlying root cause might be. And sometimes when we try and treat that symptom, we're actually causing more damage on the underlying layers when we're not figuring out where that root cause is coming from and whether our treatment is also giving us other side effects depending on how we've gone about it. But if we're looking at our body like a garden, then we have to nourish our body on every level. It's a whole working live organism that we need to feed, we need to nourish, we need to nurture, we need to trim and prepare, and all of those good wholesome things that a green thumb can do that I am definitely not a green thumb, but I am into health. So when you start to look at your body like it's a garden and that everything is linked, and that if something's out of balance, there's generally a root cause problem for it, your whole world opens up. And getting to the root cause of each problem is really going to create a longer, happier and healthier longevity. So if we go back to looking at this, we've got primary foods, we've got our different courses, lectures and papers / assignments and discussions that can happen with everyone in the course. And then we have coaching skills. So this is something that you can actually work on with students in the course, which is awesome. Super like interesting and beneficial tools and tips that they give to you that I find even great with your day-to-day conversations and learning how to really understand someone, catch things in their words or meanings or messages, and really listen. Listening is one of the biggest things that they teach you about. When you watch someone, what are they really trying to say and what is their body language actually telling you? Because as humans, we tend to run away from a lot of different things. The things that we probably need to face the most. The lecturers at IIN is awesome. So they've collated a bunch of iconic and really talented experts in each field that's covered through the course. So some of my personal favorites, I mean, there's David Wolf, Avocado Man, Deepak Chopra is even in it, Gabby Bernstein. I love all stuff that's based around mindset. A lot of it's quite practical as well. So like Gabby's lecture was actually about marketing in a conscious way, how to market with integrity. So the course kind of does run you through if you do want to start your own business and how to kind of go about that. Other great lecturers are Dr. Andrew Whale. He's like a pioneer in functional medicine. Mark Hyman as well, who I absolutely love. I love Mark's Instagram. And there's Dr. Frank Littman, there's Mehmet Oz from that Doctor's TV show, as some of you would know. So overall, it's a really impressive course. It covers a lot. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below and I'll answer. If you are thinking about studying at IIN, I also have a code that gets you a pretty nifty discount if you do want to study, because it is quite a few grand, looking at around 5 or 6 grand Australian dollars. So definitely let me know. But now I'll just quickly touch on why I did it. I don't plan on being a health coach per se, but obviously, as you all know, I do Tess Talks events and I talk a lot about health across my Tess Talks blog and website. Something that I've always been very, very passionate about. I'm very, very passionate about holistic healing and healing the body on all levels, from physical to emotional, and also how disease can manifest from blocked emotions. So that was covered in this course. I am also super interested in optimal well-being. I just want to be the best version of myself in terms of physical health, strength, immunity, but also mental state, and that's something that this course definitely focuses on. Again, that whole holistic 360 well-being. As I said, don't plan to be a health coach at this stage, although I did really enjoy the different health coaching practices that we were doing, because you actually have to interview and do a health coaching consult with a bunch of people in your network as assignments. And that was super, super interesting. But more so, I think it was about learning how to really listen to people and ask the right questions to really understand where they're coming from and what they're trying to say. My dog's gone to town again on my brand new white armchair. Great. Anyway, I hope you guys can't hear that noise too loudly. So what was I saying? I just wanted those skills, and I wanted to be able to bring more to the table to you guys in Tess Talk. So with my events, I wanted to have more confidence about what I'm speaking about and the nutrition, and having that side, that study behind me, as well as bringing these conversations to you across socials. You can see my Tess's tips and all that kind of stuff appearing in the Tess Talks official Instagram page on the IGTV section, where I like to cover all kinds of these holistic topics, from well-being to mindset, and different life hacks and tips and tricks, as well as across the Tess Talks website and the blog, to really bring this blog to life and create this hub of community and discussion around optimal health and well-being. So for that reason, I found it extremely beneficial, and you know, who knows, maybe one day I'll be a health coach. I would really I'd love your guys' feedback and to chat with you guys about this on any of my platforms. So shoot me a message if it's about anything from this video, and I can't wait to hear from you.